All right, guys, we are here to talk about European dream teams. We got a lot of people on the free agent market. What teams can possibly be made out of these players that can take down a Vitality? And I think I'm going to include Team Liquid Boys here because I feel like the Team Liquid Boys, I think, are key parts to have a chance to take down a Vitality squad. So I'm going to include them here. They're not technically free agents yet, at least when I'm making this video. Who knows? They might be by the time it goes up because there's so much moving parts. But three European dream teams that could beat Vitality. Let's start with Vatira, Rise, and Addo. Sorry, Joyo. Not on this team, but I think Addo can be the guy that plays up front. He was playing a very demo heavy style at the World Championship. I kind of like that. Rise was also more moving up the field. He was on the offensive third. I think it was in like the top 6 of players, but I think Rise would move more to that midfield role, that number 2 role. And then Vatira is your anchor when you're on offense. And like all three of these guys can still play some defense as well. But Vatira is going to be that anchor. I think the one issue with the squad is boost, because Vatira actually uses a lot of boost. Like I think his playstyle is kind of similar to a Monkey Moon at times, but Monkey Moon uses a lot less boost. Vatira is very boost hungry and likes to use it for a third man role at least, or for one of those more like not the number one man moving up the field most of the time. So I think the one issue with this team would probably be boost usage. I think Rise would have to take a step back in that boost category, play that number 2 role, try and play more of that off the ball role a bit, and try and facilitate passes and all that stuff. So I think the team could be pretty solid and have a chance to take down a Vitality. And I think Addo's inconsistencies at times will be mitigated a lot by playing that number 1 man role, just moving upfield, going for demos, going for a little bit more chaos, while Vatira and Rise are more of your consistent players. So I think that squad probably would have a very good chance to take them down. There's going to be a theme here with players because I'm not going to use every player. But moving on to number 2. Let's talk about Team Liquid. Oski and Addo, keep them. Bring in Monkey Moon. I think this squad has a very, very good chance of performing. This is kind of the same thing with Team Liquid, where we've talked about them a lot, where like they're inconsistent at times. Like when they peak, they're great, but there are times when they kind of just fall apart. I think Monkey Moon adds that consistency to the squad, but more importantly, I think this dynamic actually just works very well for the squad. Monkey Moon is a very passive player who uses barely any boost. I think he was like bottom 6 in the main event for the World Championship, or bottom 5 even. And then Oski and Addo use tons of boost, try and play incredibly fast, move up the field a lot, try and make plays. They were both in top 5 boost usage at the World Championship main event. I think the squad would actually work pretty well together. They would probably have to tone it down a bit compared to the Team Liquid ways. I think Monkey Moon could probably teach Oski and Addo a little bit about that. And I think they can kind of feed off one another. And I think that squad is actually incredibly deadly. The problem is obviously org contracts and all that stuff, but we're not worrying about that here. So I think that squad is very, very good. Oski, Addo, and Monkey Moon. And that's without a Vatira. I think that would still challenge at the top. Like if Vatira got like a Rise and an Oski on his squad, I think, or not an Oski, but like, I don't know, like an exotic of Vatira, Rise, and exotic. I think it could still challenge. Obviously, that's not going to happen because Vatira has booted both exotic and Itachi, but I think it could still, this squad would challenge for the number 1 spot in all of Europe. Oski, Addo, and Monkey Moon. I'm probably saying Addo wrong. I never know how to say it, like Atto, Addo. I don't know. I always mess it up. I'm sorry. Moving on. The last squad I have, I think this one maybe a little bit more of an out there pick, maybe a bit. Rise, Exotic, and Oski. I think this squad can work pretty well. Exotic is one of those players I think can play more of that third man passive role. He uses a less boost. I think his boost usage is somewhere in the bottom half. I can't remember exactly where. But he can be that anchor for you. Rise and Oski can be those fast moving up players trying to cause some chaos in the front. Exotic is there to clean up shots. And I think this squad, Rise, Exotic, and Oski, could probably propel like Exotic into like one of the best. Because I think Rise and Oski would make a lot of space for him, and he would be able to perform there. It's going to be tough, no matter who it is in Europe. There's more players available. There was Seiko. I didn't really find a good spot for him outside of like Monkey Moon, Seiko, and then you add a third. That one's a little bit tougher. I'd probably go any of the Team Liquid boys. You could do Monkey Moon, Seiko, and Addo, or Oski, or even a Chronic. Honestly, you could, and let Monkey Moon move up maybe a little bit more. I assume Monkey Moon is set in his ways of how he plays Rocket League, and honestly, I don't blame him. So I would assume you don't want to put players like that, like in a Chronic or a Vatira with him, because Monkey Moon has that role pretty much perfected on that like more passive style, anchor style role. So you generally don't want to put them with him. But again, when we look at the top 4 of Europe, you can even add Joyo with a Monkey Moon, I think could work as well. But you add those fast players that want to move up the field a lot, that are very aggressive. Monkey Moon really slots in well with a bunch of these squads. I think Vatira does as well, but maybe not as much because he still likes to be aggressive at times. Monkey Moon is definitely way more of an anchor, I think, than Vatira. So Monkey Moon. All right, so how about this? Monkey Moon, Joyo, and Rise. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think that could also work. Yeah, so now we're on what? 5 European Dream Teams? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe and all that too. But what's your European Dream Team? We'll probably do this with North America as well. We'll do it maybe with all the regions. Why not? But European Dream Teams, I think the best shot, honestly, is Oski, Addo, and Monkey Moon. I don't think that squad would actually happen, but I think that squad, is a deadly roster. I think that one could make waves. Let me know what the best roster is in all of Europe, because I know there's probably some I'm missing or some play styles that I'm kind of not really realizing that could work really well together. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. But I think Team Liquid players, if they don't stay together, which I doubt they will, I assume there's going to be at least one move there. Maybe all 3 go their own ways. I think they could be an X factor of like, they've been playing so well together for the past year and 3 months or whatever it was, that when they split up, do they get even better? I think it's possible. And I think that might be an X factor to really put Vitality on their toes, is adding 1 or 2 of those Team Liquid players with one of those top players in the world, like a Monkey Moon and a Vatira and a Rise. Any of those players, I think, can cause a lot of damage. So look out for Team Liquid players. I'm going to say Team Liquid players, no matter where they go, unless they're just the same team, they're going to cause some damage next year and challenge for the top spot. And I'm excited to see it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So let me know, European Dream Teams. Those are my 3/5/8, whatever it was, that can challenge Vitality. Is Vitality the best team in the world if those teams are made? I don't know. They probably are. But, hey, we can dream, right? And that's what this is all about. We'll do it again with North America in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.